Hi, we are Bridget and Matt and Mateo, a digital nomad family who just came back from a 5-month trip in Europe.
In today's video, we thought we would reunite all of our tips for traveling with a baby with the experience we got with this trip. We filmed this video over the course of 3 months in 3 different countries. Hopefully, these tips will help you on your next trip with your baby.
Our setup. We usually have 2 different setups. The first one, shown here, is what we use to spend the day full of activities. We have the stroller, and underneath it, a folded baby carrier and Mateo's diaper bag. Sometimes, we might keep the stroller at the house if we want to do a hike or an activity that isn't stroller friendly. And this is our full travel setup. Again, we have the baby carrier and diaper bag underneath the stroller, and Bridget is carrying her 40-liter bag while pushing it. I'm carrying both my 50-liter and 25-liter bag, Bridget's 20-liter bag, both yoga mats, and Mateo's bed. Packing for Mateo.
While I explain everything that we packed for our baby, I'm gonna pack as well in the packing cubes so you can see how we organize everything. Also, we have an article on our website on our packing list for baby. So if you want the list written with all the links to the products, you can also check this out. I'm gonna leave the link in the description below. Okay, so let's start with equipment. The first thing we have is, of course, a stroller. We decided to go with the Mountain Buggy Nano V3. We like the stroller because it's easily foldable and it packs really small. We can even put it in the overhead bin in the plane. But usually what we do is we just gate check it for free with most airlines. We have the diaper bag underneath. We didn't go for a traditional diaper bag. We went for this two-lay backpack instead. The reason being we wanted something big enough that it could fit Mateo's clothes as well, but that we could also bring just for everyday life. There's a laptop zip here, but we use it to pack is changing mat, so that's really practical for changing baby on the go. There's also a little bucket here, and what we do is we put a little bottle of water just for diaper changes on the go. We use reusable wipes, so just to wet the wipes we use this, and we also have is bum cream that we put here, and usually an extra pacifier just in case. Then, underneath the stroller, we also put the baby carrier. We use the Baby Bjorn baby carrier mini. It's starting to be really small for him, so we're gonna change it when we get to Canada. But we used it for the first 6-7 months of his life, and it was really fine with us. We also have a rain cover that we keep on the stroller. So that's pretty much it for our stroller organization. The last piece of equipment that we have is his bed. It's the Baby Bjorn Travel Crib Light. We like it because it folds really small. We can also gate check it for free with most airlines. And we like that he sleeps in the same bed everywhere we are, just to give him a little bit of stability in his life because we're on the road so much. So yeah, we really like that travel crib. It is really easy to pack. Okay, now let's talk about his clothes. We have a small packing cubes where we fit pretty much all of his clothes. It is pretty small, but we love it because we can just put it in this diaper bag when we moved from city to another city. So the first thing we have is 2 sleep bags. We love those because he seems to sleep better in it. It keeps him warm if we are in a colder climate. Then we have 4 pajamas. Actually, now we have 5 because we couldn't help but buy him a Christmas pajama. We have little bodysuits. We chose to have short sleeves bodysuits just because we were in warm climates pretty much the whole time we were here, and if it was colder, we'd just put an extra layer on, like a hoodie on top. We have 2 pairs of shorts, 3 pairs of pants, 2 overalls, 4 pairs of socks, 1 hoodie, and 1 sweater. Next we have a puffy coat. We also have a swimsuit. We brought a really big swimsuit. So at first it was way too big for him, but it made sure that it would fit all of our trip. We also have 2 swim diapers. We have a sun hat, baby sunglasses, so cute in them, mittens, and a beanie. So that's pretty much all of his clothes. We do laundry pretty much every 2 or 3 days, so we didn't want to bring too many clothes. We prefer just to wash more often. That way it saves us a lot of space in his diaper bag. Now let's pack all of his clothes. Alright, now for the next packing cube. We have his wipes and bird cloths. We brought about 20 of each, just so we don't have to do laundry every day. And also Mateo had reflux when he was smaller, so he was spitting up a lot. That's why we brought that many, and we're glad we did. So they all fit in this small packing cube that we keep in his diaper bag at all times. So when we're on the go, and we need to do a diaper change or wipe his face or something, we have everything on hand. Okay, it's a few hours later, so the light has changed. Mateo is down for a second nap of the day. Let's pick up where we left off. I'm gonna use our list on our website. Let's talk a little bit about his miscellaneous items. So we brought 2 pacifiers and 1 pacifier clip, just to make sure he doesn't throw it on the floor every 2 seconds. A baby monitor. We brought those little like walkie-talkie baby monitors. It's really practical, especially when our Airbnbs at different rooms or a patio and we wanted to be a little bit farther from his room. So we brought this. Just make sure that you have at least 1 extra travel adapter, because one of those has to be plugged in his bedroom at all times. He has a bowl spoon, silicone bib, and a sippy cup, but they're in the dishwasher right now, so I can't show you. And we also have bottles, a manual breast pump, and also Haka silicone bags to freeze milk. This has been really practical on our trip, just so I could have a few bottles ready just in case I needed to do something away from Mateo. For example, I went to get my hair done the other day and Matt was able to feed him while I was gone. Please don't wake up. So I pack all of my bottles in this little bag here. We have those little Medela bottles. This is what a Haka silicone bag looks like, and it's reusable, so that's great. And finally, I have my breast pump, my Medela pump that I can put on a bottle like this. So that's pretty much all I bring for feeding Mateo. I think all there is missing is his toys, so we don't bring a lot of toys with us when we travel just because it takes up a lot of room. But what we do is we like to switch it up. So for example, we had family coming to meet us about 2 months after we left for our trip, and they brought us some toys and we exchanged some of his toys that we had with them, so they brought back some toys in Canada. So we were able to keep our toys to a minimal amount, but still keep it interesting for him and not bored playing with the same toys over and over again. We have 3 books that we bring with us. Then we have 2 rattles and 2 theaters for him, and we have 1 stuffed animal. We actually bought an extra one about a month ago, just because he grew and was getting kind of bored with his toys. So we bought a little thing like this with cubes that he can put in the holes, just like a toy that is more for his age. And I also forgot to mention earlier, we also have a nightlight that is really nice to have for diaper changes and when I nurse him at night, and it doesn't take too much space. It's quite small, so we love having this little thing with us. Alright, so I think that's pretty much every single item we own for Mateo. Now I'm gonna pack the rest of his miscellaneous items and I think we'll be ready to leave, so let's do it. This is the 3rd packing cube that we use. It's quite a big one, and that's where we fit everything that is not clothes or wipes. just so that I forgot to share that we also have an electric nail filer. This is great because I'm always scared to cut him when I have nail clippers, so instead I just use this, and it's cannot hurt you, it doesn't hurt if you put it. That is every single item that we own for Mateo. As I said, if you want the written list, you can go on our website where everything is written. I'll put the link in the description down below.
Our top tips. Don't fear the adventure, but make sure your baby gets some rest.
It is important to make sure that your baby is resting during the day when you do a lot of activities. For example, right now we are in Pompeii visiting the ruins. But whenever we feel that Mateo needs some sleep, we will either sit down and relax a little bit or put him the other side in the baby carrier so he can sleep on us while we explore.
We do not hesitate to stop whenever he's hungry or needs a little bit of break from the baby carrier as well. In between activities, we often stop for a coffee or a drink, and even just sometimes in the park for him to stretch his legs and for him not to be overstimulated. Our next tip is that flexibility is key. When we're on the move all day, it's really hard to keep a rigid schedule and do the same thing every single day.
Like today, we are in Dubrovnik going to Split, so we don't know exactly what time we will eat, what time he will eat, but we still try to keep a little bit of a routine, especially at night, like giving a bath every night, for example.
Your capacity to adapt will be your best friend while traveling with a baby.
For example, Mateo will be able to sleep in the stroller, in Matt's arms, or anywhere if we're on the go during the day.
Our next tip is to get travel medical insurance that also covers your baby. And that's exactly where Safety Wing comes in. Wondering if we're stressed out to climb this active volcano? Well, we aren't stressed out because we're covered by Safety Wing. Safety Wing offers a travel medical insurance for nomads like us. It was created by a group of nomads that wanted to find an alternative solution to the expensive traditional travel insurance.
Since we have a baby, we always try to combine our activities in order to save time. Like doing the grocery list while we're on our way to the supermarket, or like booking our travel insurance on the train. The beauty about Safety Wing is that everything can be done online, from applying to managing and cancelling your insurance. We also found that their onboarding form was really simple and straight to the point. There is no pre-approval needed and no reason to give for you to cancel. They know that we are all busy and eager to reach our destination, so they don't make it harder for us.
The fact that there is one child under 10 years old per adult included in the standard price makes it a no-brainer to have one more child. It makes us feel safer at no extra cost. And since it works like a subscription, it makes it impossible for me to forget to renew it every month.
And with a price that can go as low as $42 for 4 weeks, it definitely won't break the bank.
So if you're thinking about traveling with a baby, or just traveling in general, definitely check out Safety Wing by using the link in the description.
By using our link, you will help support our channel at no extra cost to you.
Now back to the video.
Okay, so our next tip is how to handle any vaccines or routine checkup while we are abroad. So for us, in Quebec, what they do for babies about vaccination is they do vaccines at 2 months, 4 months, and then 12 months. So what we decided to do is to wait until he had his first 2 vaccines. So it was about 3 months and a half when we left. He already had his 2 doses of vaccines, and then the next ones were only at 12 months. So we left after that. And for any routine checkups, personally, when we left, he was almost 4 months and he was healthy, didn't have any health issues, so we were comfortable not having any more routines before we were coming back to Canada. If we really needed to, we would have seen a pediatrician while we are abroad. In Europe, usually it costs about 50 euros to see a specialist. Thankfully, we didn't need to go to any doctors while we were away, but if we really needed to, we can go pretty much anywhere in the world because babies are everywhere. The only thing that might be important, if it's been a while since you saw a doctor, is how much your baby weighs, because sometimes you need to give him medication or something like that. So what we'll do is that we'll weigh ourselves on the scale, then take baby in our arms and see the difference. It is not completely accurate, but it can give you a good idea of how much your baby weighs.
What we decided to do is to use public transportation, like mostly trains and sometimes buses, to travel between countries and cities. When we had to take a flight, we usually selected night flights so that it's easier for Mateo to transition between countries. If we really needed a car seat, we would just buy one on site and then sell it after our use is done. For example, my mother and her boyfriend came to visit us in Spain, and they were renting a car. So what we did is we bought a car seat and sold it after a week. Every country has their own used goods selling website, so just make sure to look it up before you start looking at brand new car seats, for example. Through one of those sites in Spain, we were able to pay only 15 euros for that car seat, and we were able to sell it for quite cheap as well.
So that concludes all of our tips for traveling with a little baby.
Thank you very much for watching this week's video, and we'll see you in the next one.